How's it going, guys? I hope you're all doing well out there today, wherever you are in the world. And in this video, we are going to take a look at these guys, the Minuendo Lossless Earplugs. Before we get into it, just full disclosure, I personally reached out to the guys at Minuendo and said, I've been trying out a lot of earplugs recently. I've seen an ad for yours and they look like they'd be ideal for guitarists. How do you feel about sending a set out? And in exchange, I will do a fully honest review on my channel. And they were more than happy to send it out, and they've been great. They were curious of my thoughts. So just so you know, they have sent these to me for free to try out, but any opinions shared in this video are my own. So why have I been trying out loads of earplugs recently? Well, I value my hearing. Us guitar players are a strange breed. We still love loud amps cranked up, rattling our balls between our legs. And I love that as much as the next person, but when you're doing it really regularly and you're gigging a lot, it's not going to do your hearing any favors, and you only get one set of ears. I've become increasingly aware of protecting my hearing as much as physically possible. Now, for me, the ideal situation for this is to wear in-ear monitors, and I do that on a number of gigs because they take a while to get used to, but you get great clarity in your ears and it also protects your hearing. I'm in a position where a lot of gigs I do, in-ear monitors aren't an option, and they may not be for you as well. So for those gigs, I opt to wear earplugs wherever possible, but I've really been struggling on guitar gigs. On bass gigs, it's less of an issue, but earplugs seem to cut out all those frequencies that we need to hear exactly what we're doing on guitar and hear that content, those guitar frequencies that we need to do our job. And every time I wear earplugs, it seems to jumble up that mid-range and I end up pulling one in, one out, or both out in frustration. So I've been searching for the ideal thing. Now, earplugs vary wildly in price. You've got the foam ones that you can get in boxes of 100 for about 50p. And they're great for anything that you're trying to block out. You know, if you sleep with someone that snores, for example, or you're sleeping on a plane, or you shoot guns or whatever. They're great for just dulling your senses completely, but they're terrible for doing gigs with. I invested in a pair of, I believe they were called earpiece earplugs a little while ago, and they've proved to be very good. They've got the interchangeable filters, but I was still struggling, and most of the time I was playing with one in and one out. Enter Minuendo earplugs. So I saw an ad on Instagram for these, and what sets them apart is if you look here, on the very stylishly designed bud, they have these sliders on top, and what that lets you do is attenuate the signal anywhere from 7 dB reduction to 25 dB reduction, and it's a continuous control, so it's like a volume control for how much attenuation you're getting, and that is incredible. That in itself made me want to try them. So as well as that amazing attenuation control, these also claim to be lossless earplugs, so they attenuate as evenly as physically possible across the frequencies, so you don't get that fingers in the ears only hearing bass. They attenuate as evenly as possible, and in my experience, they are by far the best and clearest earplugs I've ever tried. I find for most gigs, for me playing guitar, that minimum reduction is perfect. It just takes the edge off. You don't get that drummer sound checking the snare and all of a sudden it's like a gunshot going off. It just takes the edge off of everything and leaves that clarity. The great thing about having that control on either ear as well is once you've got them in, it allows you to have your desired level of attenuation. If the singer wants to call the next song, you can just turn it down to minimum, hear what he's saying, whack it back up, and you're golden. You don't have to keep pulling your ears in and out. The other thing is as well, if you're set up in close quarters and you've got your drummer sat there absolutely ripping it and your guitar amp's over here, you can have this one on a much higher attenuation than this one to block out some of that snare drum and cymbals and still be able to hear your amp clearly while giving your hearing some protection. Speaking a little bit about the design of these, like I said, they look very cool. They also magnet together for storage as well, so they're less likely to get lost. But they're a design where you've got the main unit under there, and then you've got these interchangeable buds. And in the box, it comes with a full manual and all the paperwork. and you also get a full set of buds which are different materials and different sizes. I opt for the sort of memory foam ones, and I found the perfect size for me, and it means that whatever size your ears are, these will work for you, and it's great that they're included in the box. Also, with these earbuds, they do get worn out, they do get grubby, so the fact that these are interchangeable is great because you don't then have to replace the whole earplug like with sets I've had before. As soon as they go a bit gammy, you then have to buy a whole nother set. With these, you literally just replace the earbud. So there's some serious longevity built into these. So I would like to mention the box and the presentation. It felt like a very high-end product to open. You've got all the paperwork in there, the spare earbuds. It comes with a case for you to take them around, and obviously the main units as well. I don't have the box on me because I've been actively using these and it's gone to box heaven in the loft somewhere. But I have got some pictures to put up. Like I said, very, very well presented product. You would expect that given the price. Now, I think the price is the only thing that people may think twice about on this. I think they run around about 120 or 125 pounds in the UK. But these are a very unique and very high quality product, and for 125 pounds, they are still less than an in-ear monitor rig. And like I said, because you can replace the buds, provided you don't lose these, they should last you a very long time, if not forever. So yes, they're expensive, but they are personally the best thing I've found for keeping your ears safe at a gig and still being able to actually experience it. So in the interest of a balanced review, is there any negatives? No, not really. I think I would say arguably they don't feel completely lossless, but I think that is virtually impossible because I think as soon as you put something in your ear, you get that the bass end is always going to be slightly hyped, and you're never going to get fully lossless earplugs, but these are as close as I have ever tried to that feeling of just taking the edge off what's going on around you without completely dulling your hearing. I think my only complaint would be about this case. So the case that it comes with is a very sturdy little semi-hard case that's black with the cool Minuendo logo on it. My Minuendo logo is covered up by glow-in-the-dark tape because small little things like this that are black tend to get left at gigs, get knocked off an amp or fall out your pocket. So glow tape trying to minimize that risk. There's nothing wrong with this case. However, for the price that these cost, it would be great if they came with a secondary case that was more of a keyring clip or a belt clip or something that was just a little bit bigger, that was less easy to lose. And I understand they're trying to keep this small to go in your pocket, but it would be great for it to be attached somewhere. You can't really attach anything to this because you'd have to attach it to the zip, and then the zip would come undone. Something like those tubes that you get with something like the earpiece earplugs would be more appropriate as a secondary means of keeping it on you and keeping it safe. So in my opinion, are these worth the money? Absolutely yes. Obviously this video has been focused more on a guitar perspective, but I honestly feel like these are probably the best earplugs I have tried and that are possibly on the market for musicians. They allow you to protect your hearing and not be completely isolated. It doesn't ruin the sound. And yeah, I just think if you look after these, they'll last you a very long time with the detachable buds and things. If you take your hearing protection seriously and you want the best kind of quality sound you can get with earplugs in, so far these are the best I've tried. If there's possibly better on the market that you've tried, do let me know. But I think personally these are fantastic. Whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, I hope it's great. And if you've enjoyed this video, please think about liking, commenting and subscribing. And I'll see you again in another video soon. Cheers guys.